What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. What's up, Lindy? What's up, Camlish? What's up, David? What's up, Diana? What's up, The Real? Y'all come on in. We'll get started in a second. What's up, Brian? There we go. What's up, Aura? Yeah, we'll give them another minute. We'll get started. Y'all come on in. What's up, Dorothy? All right. Let us begin. How about we go and get started? How about we get it in now? Now, this will be part 2 to Return of the Ancient Ones that I dropped yesterday. Today, we're going to talk. If yesterday was the history and, telling about our beginnings, where we came from and everything, and how it all began and how we got to this point here, right? So that was the history yesterday. What's up, Robbie? That was the history yesterday. Today, we're going to get into the mysteries. We're going to get into the spirituality, the spiritual system. And I'm going to unveil in this lecture a lot of our dormant North American ancient deities that once you find out who these deities are, it's going to blow your mind, because we're going to talk about how they are connected to pop culture as well. You see what I'm saying? So now, let us begin. What's up, Jay? Let us begin. First thing first, what is our indigenous spirituality of the Washita Mu Urs / all the indigenous tribes of the North American region? We're going to mainly focus on the North American region, although I do have a few foreign gods that we've adopted into our pantheon. But other than that, for the most part, they are from here. You know, whether it's from the mainland, the Caribbean, so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? So now, all right. Let us begin here. This system, that we call spirituality, for the Washita, they practice their own skills too. Had their own spiritual systems as well. So now, what were the teachings of these particular indigenous people, these indigenous beings? You see what I'm saying? What were their teachings? The first thing they teach you before they teach you anything else is the concept known as animism. Now, animism is the belief or teaching or practice that everything in the natural world has a soul and a spirit, right? You see what I'm saying? Because everything is a personification of Mother Earth's soul. You see what I'm saying? Everything is a personification of Mother Earth's soul. So animism is, and the root word of animism is ani, or animate, or bring to life. You see what I'm saying? To bring to life. So animism is recognizing that in the natural world, there's a spirit, a life force flowing around it. You see what I'm saying? Which leads us to our next concept, the force. You see what I'm saying? The force. Now, what is the force? The force is a unified metaphysical field of energy, power, and presence. You see what I'm saying? And what does this force energy do? What is its objective? It's all about permeation, which is its ability to flow in, through, and around all living things. And to take it a step further, it even binds all living things in the galaxy or the existence together to create a pattern of interconnectedness, which we call the web of life. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on with the force. All right? So next, when you're dealing with the force, you learn animism, you recognize the natural world. Then you're taught about the force, which is this universal energy, this universal metaphysical living field. Now, the next thing is how to manipulate it. You see what I'm saying? How to sense it, how to feel it in yourself, because you got the force inside you as well. So you got three skills. You got the force in yourself, which is control, your ability to sense the natural world around you, which is sensing, and your ability to alter the environment with your will, which is called alteration. But our indigenous Washita brethren and all the other indigenous tribes or indigenous families in the North American region called it animatism. You see what I'm saying? What is animatism? Animatism is the ability to use your consciousness to manipulate the natural world. You see what I'm saying? Harnessing that life force, that mental force. You see what I'm saying? That soul force inside you to grow spiritual limbs and reach out into the environment so you can touch it and alter it to the best of your abilities. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's knocking down a piece of paper, telekinesis, whether it's conjuring fire, pyrokinesis, whether it's conjuring wind or manipulating wind, aerokinesis. You see what I'm saying? Manipulating that water, hydrokinesis, or manipulating the earth, geokinesis. You see what I'm saying? Even generating lightning from within yourself and discharging it out into the world. That's electrokinesis. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the other ability, learn how to manipulate your electromagnetic field around you, which you call magnetokinesis. The ability to manipulate magnetism. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here when we talk about animatism. The ability to use your consciousness to manipulate that natural world and even manipulate yourself. See what I'm saying? You can jump higher. You know, those great physical abilities that you have, that's you actually using your force to do those things. Jump higher, move faster, force dash, you know, and all those type of various techniques that you can do. See what I'm saying? Punch harder, kick harder, you know, force imbue punches, force imbue kicks, you know, and various other techniques, you know. Sensing something before it happens, which is foresight, so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? Even having force visions of the future, of course. So now that's animatism, using your consciousness to basically manipulate yourself and the natural world around you. So next is you got what you call geomancy. What is geomancy? Geomancy is the ability to draw energy up from our mounds, our pyramid mounds, and earth energy, draw energy up from the electromagnetic field of the earth, period, up through our feet, and manipulate that energy to, you know, create different desired effects. You see what I'm saying? What do I mean by that? All right, you all know that the earth has its own ley lines, which is pretty much Earth's meridians. What are meridians? Meridians are energetic pathways which the life force of the planet flows through, right? You can look at life force as spiritual blood. You see what I'm saying? Spirit blood. See what I'm saying? That's what life force is. It's the spiritual aspect of your physical blood that flows through your physical body. You see what I'm saying? So that's what ley lines are. You, the goddess, can actually harness the power of those ley lines to do different things. That's why they build these statues on your mounds, in your parks. All these statues are actually on Earth's pressure points. What are pressure points? Pressure points are concentrated energies of life force. They are vortexes, what we call force nexuses, places that are unusually strong in the force or the life force. You see, the life energies. So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So when you're dealing with this energy, you can harness the power of these energies up from the earth to alter the environment around you. Like, say for example, a few years back, I went to the park, and when I found out that those statues and everything are actually sitting on pressure points, I went to the park and you perform geomancy on that pressure point and start to purify the pressure point with my life force. And I noticed that there were alterations that happened in my environment over time, mainly dealing with construction and transformation in the environment. They start paving the streets more, because you know the world is affected by these pressure points. You see what I'm saying? If those pressure points are toxic and corrupted, then the environment, being a manifestation of those pressure points, being in this energetic field, is naturally toxic and corrupted by default, because it's a reflection of those pressure points. Well, that's what we're talking about when we talk about this geomancy. So yeah, I went to that statue, purified it with my life force, and after I did that, yeah, there were major alterations in my environments. More buildings were constructed. Like I said, streets were paved. More events happened in the area. You know, and there was a lot more life. People were a lot more happier. You see what I'm saying? Because I purified that particular pressure point, and it affected the surrounding neighborhood. Because it's literally in the middle. It was literally in the middle of a neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? So now you can also do this with your mounds. Now the Empress already told us that the mounds, you can actually draw energy up from not only the earth but your ancestors as well, to do different rituals and perform different works also. See what I'm saying? I ran across a few mounds that I've done a little work on myself. You see what I'm saying? Mound building. So, you know, they out here, they destroyed a lot of the mounds in Bessemer. But in a few other areas in Birmingham, they still, you know, up and running. So I took advantage of those opportunities and did a few rituals back then. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on. You can harness this geomantic force and harness the electromagnetic forces of the planets, energies, to do different things. That's what geomancy is. You see what I'm saying? So next, we got, of course, chakras, you know, meditation. Meditation is what? The mystical practice of getting in tune with your inner God self so you could bring that God self forth, and you become one with your God self, and therefore you become God. You see what I'm saying? And of course, chakras. Chakras are energetic vortexes that govern different aspects of your existence. Like the root chakra deals with physical matters, the sacral chakra deals with creativity and sexual matters, the solar plexus deals with will, personal power, and various other matters, even your ego. So heart chakra deals with empathy, caring, love, stuff like that. Emotional, just general emotional matters. You see what I'm saying? Throat chakra deals with truth, sound, artistic expression, truthful expression, like I'm doing now. So that's what it's all about. Of course, third eye deals with vision, sight, psychic awareness, and psychic abilities. You see what I'm saying? And the crown chakra deals with consciousness, the development of your consciousness, and the enlightenment that comes from working with and nourishing your consciousness to its highest height. And that's when you get that gold aura around your head. You see what I'm saying? Like those saints that you've seen on multiple occasions. That's what the crown chakra deals with. Now, next, we have animal communication, which is the ability to speak to animals and communicate with them. You got plant communication, the ability to speak with plants, communicate with them. And you also got insect communication. Yeah. I know most people are not crazy about insects, but you can talk to them as well. So they have messages too, especially wasps, bees, flies, roaches. General insects that you always see in your natural environment that just pop up out of fucking nowhere. Yeah, definitely. Next, of course, black belt hoodoo, the original hoodoo system. That was our magical system back in the day. That we use to create desired effects through ritual, spell work, root work, conjuring, ring shouts, talisman creation, and mojo bag creation, and various other arts that we had within that magical system. You see what I'm saying? Of course, you got New Orleans voodoo, which is the North American mainland adaptation of Haitian voodoo. See what I'm saying? Which is, that deals with the signs of deities, voodoo dolls, creating those, spell work, ritual work, pretty much like hoodoo, but it's just our adaptation or our the swag we put on fucking, voodoo. You see what I'm saying? Up here. You see what I'm saying? That's what, so new, because in New Haiti it was called Vodou, but when it got up here it was called Vodou, Vodou, and then later on it would just be called voodoo. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Let's see here. Last one is a particular skill called magical passes, also known as tensegrity. And this is an indigenous spiritual internal art system that was passed down via the Yaqui tribe. That Don Juan Matus of the Yaqui tribe taught Carlos Castaneda out there in New Mexico back in the day. They killed him now, but yeah, I'll show y'all a little bit of that, and then we're gonna get into these deities. The Boca election. Okay. Turn down about them. Yeah, because they're real bright. I'll just show you some of it. I ain't gonna show you all of it. This is an internal art, so it can look pretty boring. You see what I'm saying? This is called magical passage, also known today as tensegrity. There y'all go. That's about 2 minutes of it. Give y'all an idea. You know, Tensegrity. I posted in the group. Y'all want to see the whole video. Let me see. Share. Copy that link. And we're going to get into these deities next. We're going to get into these deities. And go in from there. There y'all go. Alright. Signs of deities. The bulk of this is what the bulk of this lecture is actually about. Now let us talk about our ancient North American deities. Of course, we all know a lot of shit happened on this land, and we lost a lot, and a lot of our actual deities went dormant. So I got 33 deities here. 33. 24 of them, well, actually, 28 of them are from here, and the other 4 are foreign deities that we adopted, or the adopted deities that I was telling y'all about. So let's begin. Some of them I have pictures for, some of them I don't, so bear with me here. But I'm going to put them out here, and then I put them in the comment section on Facebook, and I drop them in the description box and in the community section on our YouTube. So, here we go. The first deity, of course, always the pre-existing one, or the creator, is known as Mungu. M-U-N-G-U. Mungu. That's what we call the pre-existing one, or Poi Mandarin, as you know him in the Nansi teachers. That's what we call the invisible, unmanifested consciousness of self-being, or source intelligence that's fueling all this, even though it's unmanifested. You see what I'm saying? So that's Mungu. Next, we have Mu, which is also Het-Heru. Now I have a picture of Het-Heru, which I'll show y'all, but I don't have a picture of Mu. Mu is the Great Mother. She is all matter, maternal purpose, divine matrimony, animating, viewable life, procreation, and effort or will. That's what she represents, right? Mu, the Great Mother. So now, she looks like this. We'll use Het-Heru. There we go. Kind of bright there. Here you go. It's Het-Heru or Mu. You see what I'm saying? So next, we have Moon, which is our moon goddess. Of course, you just need a picture of the moon. Then we have Sun-Ra, which is the sun god. Of course, you just need a picture of the sun. I don't have a personification, a suit for you to see for them. But of course, you can use Ra, or you can for Moon. Usually, actually, Khonsu is a dude in ancient Egypt, but that would be the connection there. But it's Moon, which is our moon goddess over here, and Sun-Ra is our sun god. Next, you got Thunderbird, which is Heru, the champion deity. Now I do have a picture of Thunderbird. Thunderbird. There we go. That's too bright. That's Thunderbird. And to the left, that's his animal totem. That's Het-Heru over here. And to the left there. And to the left, that's his animal totem. What's up, Alexis? So that's Thunderbird or Het-Heru, the champion deity over here. Then you got Thunderdog, which is Anubis, the god of the Underworld. And he looks like this. Also known as Xolos in the Mayan paradigm. We just call him Thunderdog over here. Bobby Hemmett talked about him. Let's see. Next, we got Mama Ruca. Now, Mama Ruca is the spirit and soul of the Americas itself. You see what I'm saying? That's who Mama Ruca is. That's Mama Ruca, R-U-C-A. And she's literally the spirit and soul of the Americas. But, of course, I don't have an image of her. So that's another one we had. Then you have Keya, who is the world turtle, which is the world soul. You see what I'm saying? I do have a picture of the world soul. There's Keya, the world turtle, aka the world soul. What's up, Nana Woo Woo? So that's the world soul there. Next, we got Nansi, which is the spider goddess. Of course, who is related to Nansi, the spider god in Africa. But I don't have a picture of her. She comes out of the hoodoo paradigm. Nansi. Aunt Nansi. My bad. Aunt Nansi. Or Aunt Nansi, as we would say it. Pronounce it today in full English. Aunt Nansi. So I don't have a picture, sadly, of her, the spider goddess. Next, we got John the Conqueror. Do have an image of him. This is John the Conqueror. Ooh, that's too bright. John the Conqueror. That's what he looked like. And who is John the Conqueror? He is the god of war, ancestry, and he's the ancestral hero. You see what I'm saying? The hoodoo paradigm. I also come out the hoodoo paradigm. You see what I'm saying? He's ancestral hero and the god of war, and he's the god of the ancestral force. You see what I'm saying? So definitely. Next, of course, we got Waukanda. Now, Waukanda is interesting because, of course, that's the great spirit, right? Now, they showed you in Black Panther Waukanda, but there was two Wakandas, if y'all peep game. There was the city, which is the fifth dimension, and then there was the actual ancestral plane, which is actually in Waukanda. And it looked like this. It looked like this. Can I make that a little darker? Yep, I can. It look like that. That's Waukanda. Right there. That's the fifth dimension, no version of Waukanda. You see what I'm saying? And since Waukanda is over here, that's America in the future. You see what I'm saying? When we back on our shit. See what I'm saying? Let me show you again. That's America in the future when we back on our shit on the fifth dimension plus. See what I'm saying? 6th, 7th, 8th, and we back on the path. They even riding on a spaceship, which is the macabre. You see what I'm saying? The macabre. That's what the spaceships represent in any movie, macabres, which is your vehicle of light. Next, we have Mami Wata. Mami Wata. Let's see, where is Mami Wata? Here we go. Here she go. She is the goddess of the sea, or water, period. See what I'm saying? The goddess of water, healing, music, money, and luck. And here she go. Mami Wata. Next, we have Papa-La-Bas, which I also know as Papa-La-Bas. And he is the old man at the crossroads and the god of wisdom. Of course, I have a picture of him. And this is he. Then this is what he looked like in American Horror Story. So let's see here, where we at? El Grand Zombie. Now I couldn't find no picture of it in New Orleans. But there's a particular game that came out with it. El Grand Zombie is actually the Great Serpent. There's also sometimes Le Grand Zombie as well. You can either be El Grand Zombie or Le Grand Zombie, depending on the dialect. And it's the Great Serpent or the World Serpent, and it represents what? The World Kundalini or Earth Kundalini. There you go. There it goes. Next, we have Papa Ghede. Now, Papa Ghede is the god of death and rebirth. But y'all know him as Baron Samedi. Put a little brightness on it. There we go. There you go. That's Papa Ghede or Baron Samedi. Let's see. Next, we have Tornag Soak, which is the sky god, but I don't have a picture for him. And his name is Tornag Soak, who is part of a particular tribe in America. Then you have Pele, who is the goddess of fire and volcano. She's the Hawaiian goddess of fire and volcanoes. And I do have a picture of her. There she go. Get a little closer there. Next, we have the JoJo. Now, this one is interesting, because the JoJo is the mighty panther spirit and god of the west wind. Really now I don't have a traditional picture of him, but I have a pop culture picture of him, and y'all know him as who? Black Panther. Hold on here. Black Panther. Is this your king? Is this your king? Get a better picture. Put a little light on there. Yeah, there we go. That should do. And y'all can see him better. Now, interesting thing about Black Panther is they gave you two Black Panthers. They gave you T'Challa, which is half. Then they gave you Killmonger, which is the other half. But they two sides of the same coin, as you can see. They're two sides of the same coin. They just pit them against each other. T'Challa is Martin Luther King Jr. Killmonger is Malcolm X. T'Challa is Prince. Killmonger is Michael Jackson. You see what I'm saying? Same shit. Just pitting our different groups of people together. Different beings in our culture against each other, like always. Let's see who is next. After the JoJo, you got y'all. The Raven Trickster Spirit. Here's a cool little picture of him. yeah. Then you got Saint Ma, the Earth and Nature Goddess. Let me see. Do I have a picture of a Saint Ma? Yes. It's a little city kid picture, but a picture is a picture. This is what she looked like. Let's see. Next, we have Pinga, goddess of the hunt, fertility, and medicine. Let's see. Yes, y'all. Hey. That's what she look like. I think she's part of the Inuit tribe, if I'm not mistaken. Up in the northern section, just above Canada. Yeah. Let's see here. Next, you got Guabun 6, or Guabun 6, the storm goddess, lady of the winds and earthquakes. I do have a picture of her. Here you go. Next, you got Tamas, the crow mother, goddess of initiation and child protection. I can only find didn't find a holistic picture of her. Mainly like a doll version of her. A Kachina. That's the crow mother. And then finally, Etu, the god of time. I don't have any images for him. That's that wraps up the main deities. Now we'll go ahead and knock out the foreign deities who we adopted, right? Of course, the first one is Abraxas, the Persian rooster / chicken deity. Also another hero archetype. Let me go down here and get him. There you go. That's Abraxas. Let's see. Of course, Bastet, the black cat. Here she go. There she is. Just to show you. Bastet, of course, is the cat goddess of music, healing, luck, prosperity, and protection. Next, you got the Mesoamerican god, Yizeli Puzeli, also known as the Baphomet, which is the occult Christos, divine protection, and ascension. That's what this particular being deals with. Let's see here. And he's in the America history book, if y'all want to know where he's at, where I found him at. That's him. The goat god of the West. Of course, Kundalini Shakti, who is the sleeping serpent or naga power at the base of your spine. That's actually a deity. Here we go. There she is. And there go Kundalini rising at the base of your spine. And finally, El Cristo Negro, El Cristo Negris, El Cristo Soul, or the Soul Child, who are the melanated crucified patriarch, matriarch, and child. Do have a picture of them? Hold on. Here we go. I can make that a little bit brighter. Yeah, there we go. The crucified ones. The God of sacrifice and struggle and strife. And goddess of sacrifice, struggle, and strife. Of course, I'm not really going to show y'all the kid being put on a cross. But y'all get the point. Now, for this particular segment of deities, these are ancestral deities. Of course, you know, our ancestors, whenever they done something great, we do what? We immortalize them and make and deify them once they do something great on the plane, whether they're dead or living. That's where the concept of making statues for these particular beings come from. You see what I'm saying? So, now, the first deity we're going to deal with is Marie Laveau. Yep, Marie Laveau. Let me go down here and get her. And she has become, aka the Voodoo Queen. And she has become the goddess of magic, mysteries, and childbirth. Childbirth, my bad. And her name is Lasset, which is, you know, a variation on Osset. You see what I'm saying? So let me go down here and get her picture. There she go. This is what she looked like when she was on Earth. This is what she looked like as a deity now. Next, we got Paschal Beverly Randolph, who is known as the grandfather of occult science. And he's become the god of esoteric soul wisdom, gnosis, the divine utterance, logos, and tantric sexuality. Now, y'all probably don't even know shit about Paschal Randolph, so I'm at least explain him. Let me show you what he look like. It's a little artistic image of him. I'm going to tell y'all who he is, who he be. Paschal Beverly Randolph, born October 8th, 1825, died July 29th, 1875. He was an African-American medical doctor, occultist, spiritualist, trance medium, and writer. He is notable as perhaps the first person to introduce the principles of erotic alchemy to North America, and according to A.E. Waite, establishing the earliest known Rosicrucian order in the United States, because he's a Rosicrucian. In addition to his work as a trance medium, Randolph trained as a doctor of medicine and wrote and published both fictional and instructive books based on his theories of health, sexuality, spiritualism, and occultism. He wrote more than 50 works on magic and medicine, established an independent publishing company, and was an avid promoter of birth control during a time when it was largely against the law to mention this topic. Having long used the pseudonym the Rosicrucian for his spiritualist and occult writings, Randolph eventually founded the fraternities Rosicrucis in 1858 and their first lodge in San Francisco in 1861, the oldest Rosicrucian organization in the United States, which dates back to the era of the American Civil War. So there y'all go. He's a bad motherfucker, as you can see. Most of y'all probably never even heard of Paschal Beverly Randolph, and that is a crime against all of us, because he's actually literally the grandfather of what y'all know as modern occultism. all his information, all his books. Now, they say he had a mysterious death, which it was. Word on the street is Madame Blavatsky and all them motherfuckers had him assassinated, and they stole his work. And they took it over there to the east, and they would go on to set up the Vril and Thule Society. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they would go on to set the foundation for that. And the next generation will go on to help Hitler in World War II, as y'all know. So yeah, that's what word on the street is, you know, that Madame Blavatsky had him assassinated. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. And so he's now known as he's now known as God of esoteric, soul wisdom, gnosis, divine utterance, logos, and tantric sexuality. And he's the Sophia over here. Soul-feel. S-O-U-L, feel. Next, of course, the Empress herself, Empress Verdiasi Tiara, Washita Turner, Gostin El Bay. We all know the last great black Empress of the Washita Nation. She deserves to be deified for her work and contributions to regenerate and reorganizing the Washita Nation and revitalizing it and even carrying it on to the next generation or setting it up for the next generation. And she has now become the melanated Mu-Urish Washita goddess of truth, balance, and justice and law, universal law. Truth, balance, justice, and universal law. And she is a Ma'at archetype, of course. And she is known as Mata or Ma'ata. You see what I'm saying? That's her name now. And of course, we gotta show her an image of what she look like. There she go. There we go. That's the Empress Verdiasi. The Washita Nation. Or the Washita Empire. What is an empire? Empire just means electromagnetic soul. And finally, last but not least, on the 33rd degree, we have the famous black occult heroine, Bobby Hemmett, of course. Bobby Hemmett's association, he's a living legend because he's not dead, but he's also not on the scene either, so that makes him a living legend. You see what I'm saying? And he would be the god of melanin. He's the occult hero because he brought black occultism back to us. You see what I'm saying? And divine will. He's also a Apep or a Pepu, and he's also represents the concept of the monstrous soul. And of course, we gotta show a picture of him. So there y'all go. The late great Bobby Hemmett, the living legend himself, still living, still putting in work, probably in the shadows. If I know him, or we know him. So there y'all go. There go the 33 deities. There go the 33 deities, y'all. One more piece of the puzzle left. Now, we got to resurrect them and bring them back to life. Now, I got a little spell here. I call it Indigenous Pantheon Ressurrection. July 1st, 2020. Here we go. I once again come to my ancient North American Pantheon. I desire it. I call it. I summon it. Come through once more, my ancient North American deities. It is your time to rise again. The ancient ones have awoken. Now it's time for the Mu gods to rise. So in the name of the Washita and all indigenous beings of North America, we resurrect you and bring you forth once more. So it is, and so shall it be. Sincerely, the living ancient ones. Let me read it one more time for the people in the back. Indigenous Pantheon Resurrection. I once again come to my ancient North American Pantheon. I desire it. I call it. I summon it. Come through once more, my ancient North Amaracan deities. It is your time to rise again. The ancient ones have awoken. Now it's time for the Mu gods to rise. So in the name of the Wata and all indigenous beings of North America, we resurrect you and bring you forth once more. So it is, and so it shall be. Sincerity, the ancient living ones. Sincerity, the living ancient ones. My bad. Sincerity, the living ancient ones. So there y'all go. That pretty much wraps up this particular lecture. Wasn't going to be long. Just wanted to give y'all your spiritual system along with the history that I dropped on y'all yesterday with Return of the Ancient Ones. It was just a part 2. This was a 2-part video. Of course, I barely got through the historical side, as y'all know. Hell, that 1%, boy. Woo-woo. But I'll take questions on this one, if y'all have any. Any questions before I get up out of here? And I'll post these deities in the comment section. And post them in the comment section on here after this lecture. And I will post them also on YouTube in the description box and in the community section for y'all to get y'all hands on them. Alexis, Ashe, yeah, power. Raw, spiritual, magical power. Any questions? David Roberts. I saw Mami Waters in the realm. She made me swallow a snake. That means she made you swallow wisdom, serpent wisdom. She probably helping you get ready. She probably priming your Kundalini energy for that Kundalini awakening. I just said it, David. Probably prime your Kundalini energy for that Kundalini awakening. Because serpents represent serpent wisdom anyway. Any other questions before I get up out of here? Well, all right. Marvin Jones. Y'all have any other questions? Y'all can share this with your friends. Put the word out. Let them know our ancient North American deities are back. Let them know we back. Let them know the ancient ones are here and we here to stay. We arisen again. And it is what it is. So they're gonna have to deal with that. You feel me? So with that being said, y'all want to Cashapp me, donate, that's cool. Thank you in advance. And if y'all want to check out my other occult lectures on YouTube, also cool. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.